What's up, little babies? It's your girl Neek, and I'm back with another video, and you already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into it. Now, we're talking about Powerbook 2 Ghost, Season 3, Episode 1 and 2. I'm going to make it quick for you guys because I know you guys have things to do. Now, let's get right into it. Okay, so now we knew that McLean and Monet was going to have some type of ties together, and they're saying that McLean is saying that, look, we haven't found Zeke's killer yet, but the DEA is thinking whoever killed Mecca killed Zeke as well, which we know that's not true. We know Monet killed Mecca, and we know Lorenzo killed Zeke. So at the end of the day, when she do find out about what had happened, which we know Kane knows what happened. Kane knows that Lorenzo killed Zeke because Lorenzo sent Kane sent Kane to do a job. He sent him to find out who killed him, and he did exactly that. He found out who killed Zeke, and he knows that it's Lorenzo. So Lorenzo playing these games and acting like this tough guy, he should have just been like, well, he actually did bow down. He bowed down and he told Kane that, look, I did kill Zeke, but it was an accident. I thought it was Mecca, and he was, he wasn't informed about the plan about killing Mecca, which Monet was doing at the penthouse. He wasn't informed about that. So I could see where he kind of got confused, but it was also jealousy as well. He was jealous about Mecca. He didn't like that he was working for Mecca. He didn't like that Mecca was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like that Mecca was that top dog. So at the end of the day, that was his fault. He fucked up. He got to take accountability, and whatever happens to him, and we can't do anything about that. And I honestly feel bad for Lorenzo because honestly, he didn't know and he wasn't aware of what was going on. He was left out multiple times, in different situations, and he just wasn't aware. And I feel bad for him because he didn't mean it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the end of the show. We found out that Lauren was alive, guys. She's alive and well, and she knows exactly who tried to kill her. She knows that it was Effie. She knows that Brayden had something to do with it, but she has no proof that Tariq had anything to do with this, and he didn't. He had nothing to do with trying to kill Lauren. And at the end of the day, if they try to bring Tariq in for Lauren's attempted murder, I would be so upset because he had nothing to do with it. Jenny's on the right path as far as the drug organization. Tariq is ahead of that, but now it's not only Tariq, it's Tariq, Brayden, and Kane. They're all three of them are in cahoots. And don't forget, they have Monet and Tariq at the head of the board. So now they saying that they're the two top people of the organizations, but really, Monet has nothing to do with it. Monet is actually telling them to fix it and get up out of that because she don't want nothing to do with it. She wanted to be out a long time ago. She wanted to be out of the game a long time ago, So at the end of the day, Jenny got a lot of work for her. And now let's talk about McLean. Tariq is meeting up with McLean, and he's telling him about Noma, and McLean is questioning him, like, who is this woman? What's going on? And Tariq is basically telling him, like, we work for her now. That's our new boss, and you need to figure out basically everything you can figure out about her. And I wouldn't be surprised if they set her up, one day, because at the end of the day, can't nobody be trusted. But this woman coming after them, talking about she want to kill them, and they're threatening Diana, and they're threatening them. Wouldn't nobody want to work for nobody like that. So at the end of the day, I would do whatever I have to do to figure out how to set Noma up. Hopefully that comes full-fledged because I would love to see that. But yeah, McLean is sticking through it, man. Sticking through it all because he know he's going to get paid. He haven't got paid yet since the season started. But we can, like Monet said, you're going to have to start working for this money. You're going to have to start working for this cash because it's time to do your job. You ain't just about to get off like the way you got off with Brayden. Brayden ended up getting Tariq off. McLean had nothing to do with that. That was all Brayden's plan. Now let's talk about Bash. Bash has been a nuisance the whole first episode. He was very annoying because he was coming after Tariq and Brayden for money about that course correct shit. He was basically saying that, look, your friend admitted to, running a drug organization, and it could come back on me, anytime. So if you don't run me some money, I'm gonna go to the NYPD and let them know what's going on, what the real deal is, and I can show them the paperwork. Even though Tariq's name is not on the paperwork, he really couldn't do much about that, but he was trying to extort them any way possible. And that's how rich people are. They want to extort the next person, trying to get something up out of them, like Tate did. Tate tried to extort the other congressman, because he wanted to take his spot. So that's the game that we play in Power, but I am happy they got rid of Bash because he was doing way too much. Okay, so now if you cannot respect this man, I don't know what to tell you, but he is 100% truthful. He's letting Brady know, like, look, coming up with that course correct idea was brilliant, but telling people or telling the world that you made it was less than brilliant, so he had to keep it real with him. And he said that's probably something that he would have came up with. But now Brady is introducing Tariq to the firm, and the dad has something to say. He was like, no, I don't want Tariq working here. And the brother Lucas is like, if we tell a black man he can't work here, it might be some problems that'll come back on us, so like some racial things or whatever. So it's best to let him work here, let him intern. What's the worst that could happen? Which we already know what's the worst that could happen. They will start selling drugs there. I mean, some of the workers are already doing drugs, so it's not really something that Tariq is bringing there. They're already doing that, but it is something Tariq can make a profit off of. Tariq, Braden, and Kane, and Effie, and we're going to talk about her in a little bit, but let's get into this teacher. It seems like her and Tate had an old fling back in the day, or maybe they was friends. They went to college together, and that kind of sparked back up it just kind of sparked something up between the two when they seen each other. So don't be surprised if we see these two getting it on, going on a date, or having a drink together. It could happen. Now let's talk about Noma. I honestly don't like her. I really wish they would have found another person to play to connect, but I guess they're trying to connect it back to Mecca. So I guess it all makes sense. But she was stating that Mecca was a lieutenant. She wasn't saying that he was the love of my life. She wasn't saying that he was my fiance. She wasn't saying that he was her boyfriend or any of that. So I kind of find it hard to believe what she's saying. But at the end of the day, I wish they would have made the sidekick the guy right here in this photo. I wish they would have made him the connect, because he seemed more of he could have been a connect. But like I said, they're trying to connect it back to Mecca, so it all makes sense. But comment below and let me know what you guys think. Do you like this new connect? I'm not feeling her, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully they set her up or something like that, because she is the bigger fish than all of them, So if they set her up with the feds or the DEA, it will all work out for everyone. So the crew has met up, and they're trying to split this work up and divvy it up and figure out where it's going to go. And as we seen later on in the clip, Effie, she stamped all of the work to go to Stansfield, Harvard, and a couple of more colleges. But she also tried to start up Course Correct again. What the fuck was she thinking when she was thinking about starting up this app again? Like, that is never going to work out. And she's all it's going to do is backfire on Braden and Tariq, and it's going to bring more heat.